the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough. Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough. Sure enough.
Sugar. Sugar.
Yes.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough. Sure enough.
Sugar. Sugar.
Yes.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
Sugar.
Yes.
What up? What up? What up? Good Wednesday morning. It is May 14th. May 14th in effect. You already know what it is. It is the AM Kings show. You already know how to get down. Good morning. Good morning. You already know what the panel is. The four horsemen. The four wise kings. You already know what it is. J-Pad the Juggernaut C. Oh, I got my John backwards. I'm telling everybody to have their shit on straight. I got my shit on backwards. You know what I mean? Let me get right. Let me get, hey, there we go. That's C. That's the Mellow Man, the Abbott. You know what I'm saying? And of course, right there, that's LB. Good morning, Annie Mae. John's in the building early. Steelers Nation in the building early. We are here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Facebook, YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. Y'all in here. Appreciate it, and appreciate it again. Puff, puff, pass. That's right. Until the smoke will last. They'll be smoking the Everlast. And C smoking the Everlast.
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Panel check real quick. Mellow Man, we're going to go around the horn. What's going on, Mellow Man?
Hey man, God is great. Paper straight. As a phrase I got from Troy Ave.
That's right.
Yeah, doing things the way we supposed to do it. A lot of things are gelling organically, and it just feels good.
Absolutely. C, what's going on, brother?
Feeling like a villain, always willing high to the ceiling and tell me how y'all feeling. And
How
I'm
you
feeling great.
feeling?
I'm
You
feeling
already
great.
know. Good morning, TK Kingdom. You already know. Thank you guys for being in here. The kings and the queens of the AM are in the panel and in the chat. You already know. Let's go. LB, the Smoke King Deluxe.
Let me bust a rhyme one time. I'm smoking and token, and I'm not joking.
Hey, yo. Man, you already know. Good morning, Author Nikki Nicole. Breaking the Silence podcast. Make sure you guys are tuning in to the Breaking the Silence podcast with author Nikki Nicole. TK Kingdom, new single out right now, produced by J-Pad the Juggernaut. Steelers Nation said, that's the rules to Annie Mae. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. That's the rules. We stay cool because we are the new school and the old school. We are the school. You know what I'm saying? You're going to school in the morning with the AM Kings. Yeah. Good to see everybody tapped in this morning. Good to see everybody tapped in. Yes. John said, sign him immediately. Yes, indeed. No, you're welcome, Nikki Nicole. You already know. Author Nikki Nicole. Make sure y'all tapped in to her network and Breaking the Silence podcast. Yes, indeed. We're going to start y'all off with some music as always. And we're going to get right to it. You know what I'm saying? This is a track that just released, and we got to give Miss big love to Miss Shay this morning from Pittsburgh, PA. Song is called Shift. You know what I'm saying? Produced by J-Pad the Juggernaut. We are in effect this morning. Y'all have a look at the video. Brand new release to the video. So you guys are right on time. Zam, what's going on? Devontae Dawes, Grand Rising Kings. You already know what it is. Salute. Salute, 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 chat. Make sure y'all liking, subscribing, and sharing every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m., Facebook and YouTube. But have a listen. This is Shift.
I'm here. Make room, boom, boom. Should be wild, man. You be thinking things is going good, but then they ain't. Keep trying to work, keep failing. I don't know. Should I stay or should I leave? We both bickering. We ain't listening. How we gonna be together if we on some different shit? We supposed to build each other up, not knock it down. And lately, damn, we on destructive shit. Let's face what it is, cause the time had been ticking. Not trying to figure it out. We both pointing the fingers. I just wanted not to go left when I'm letting out my feelings, baby. Just to be honest, I just need you to feel me. Understand I got flaws and demons all in my closet. What if I told you I know how to love? Would you be willing to show it? Stop it, think about it. Please don't open me up if you don't really want it. Let's just take a second, cause this thing is getting hectic. I thought it'd be me and you forever, always connected. You're something special, how can I forget you? How can I forget it? You ever feel you trying, but you trying too much? Trying to force the love, but knowing that the love ain't enough. Really ready to give up, but starting over too much. So you stay in the same situation, claiming you stuck. You just gotta know when it's time, shit, to give up and let go and let somebody live. I ain't saying fuck love, but we know why we here. Life is crazy, it's wild, so surreal. Love about taking risks and chances. No, I get it, they don't do too much talking about how it should be ending. It be all fun and games until you picking up them pieces. My heart broken, think it's frozen. Can't hear it beating. How you love me, believe me. For the same reason, got me confused and conflicted. Like, damn, am I tripping? Got my mind playing tricks on me. I'm keeping my distance. Was it real love? Cause you changing the instance. Real.
Oh yeah, new single from Miss Shay. It is called Shift. Official music video out right now. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You already know Miss Shay definitely in the building doing what she does. You know what I'm saying? It's been a pleasure working with Miss Shay now for at least since right before the pandemic. I started working with Miss Shay, and she's doing quite well and really, really evolving as an artist. Thank you. I appreciate it. John said nice track. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the chat, give us your feedback on Miss Shay's new single. But panel, want to get y'all response first. Let's start off with LB. LB, what you think of that track right there, brother?
It's a nice mellow song with a nice message to it and all that. I felt that. I give it
Yes,
the thumbs up. Do your thing,
thank you.
girl.
You already
Huh?
know. Miss Shay on one this morning. Yes,
Mm.
indeed. Dismos tapping in. What's going on? West Coast legend Dismos. Y'all don't know. We keep uncovering and unpacking things all the time. You know what I'm saying? If y'all caught us on Reservations for 3 last night, you know what I'm saying? We was definitely you know what I mean? Definitely in the zone musically. You know what I'm saying? Going in. Freya, what's going on? Grand Rising. You already know. Yes, indeed. He said, "What you smoking on? What you
Smoking on
smoking?"
sour diesel.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? He's smoking out the parking lot. We might have to run that at the end. Dismo song, "Smoking Out the Parking Lot," produced by J-Pad the Juggernaut. You already know I got a extensive library and history with all my good people here, including C, including C. See, we're gonna run one of your tracks too, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some feedback on Miss Shay's record. You know what I'm saying? See what you think, bro.
What I think, to be respectful, I'm gonna tell you what I think, then I'm gonna tell you what I know. I think it's a good track. What I know, it's a great track for the simple reason that it's something that we all need to hear, and especially from a woman. It's been mostly men saying that, oh, we need a relationship change. Now that it's women saying it, I think we're moving forward somewhere.
That's what I love about the record. You know what I'm saying? Miss Shay is a dope artist. She really comes up with these concepts herself. I just provide the soundtrack for her to be creatively expressive. You guys go tap in with Miss Shay on her on Make Room Boom TV. Make Room Boom TV. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. The Mellow Man, the Abbott, the Wizard.
Um, it put me in the mind of a modern day. I need love.
Mm.
That's the mindset that it put me in. I need love, modern day, and I need the track. I need that in
Say no more. I know it's.
MP3
I was about to
AAC
say you can go
form.
right on title.
Let's
You can
get
go right on
that
title. A pod just there.
right
Yep,
on
it's
title.
right there. It's there. It's
Okay,
there.
go
It's
right
out. It's out
right on
everywhere.
title. Okay, I'm I'll put that in
Yeah,
rotation
we need
today
that,
then
bruh. We need
for
that in
sure.
rotation.
Yeah.
I'm a tune listener. We need
We'll
that.
put that in
We
Miss
need
Shay,
that
if
in
rotation.
that
you're watching the
rotation.
show, I don't know if you're watching the show, Miss Shay, but
Hey, this guy right here, yeah,
He, if he caught my
he got
hours, he
some
like, damn,
shares.
can
He
we
got
cut
some
this motherfucker
shares in the world.
off?
Hey, I gotta keep track. I have to make reports. You know what I'm saying? I have to report, you know, who's in the building
yeah,
and the music I
yeah,
play. You gotta be tracked,
that's
all
right.
of it. You
That's
know,
right.
I gotta play program director, marketer,
Come on, man. Come
DJ,
on, man. This is what we do,
Idiot. You
man.
got to do it all, baby.
You already
accountant,
know this is how we get
lawyer.
man, author, scholar. We can keep going down the road with it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Bosser.
we all
Right.
understand this because in all of our rights, we all are kings of some sort. You know what I mean? And that's why we are the AM Kings in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, guys. And I put the link in there. You guys seen it? Go check out the Abbott LFXmedia.live. The woke show is going to be on and in effect. Oh, Tay, what's going on? OMS Tay. Hey, salute. Good morning, man. Welcome to the AM King Show, man. You're tapping in with the guys, and we are going to bring nothing that is really nothing but the high level in the morning. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get right to it, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna just do a quick check this morning, fellas. Let's go ahead and get our NBA scores in from last night. The Nuggets. I thought the Nuggets were going to take that game last night in the late one, but the OKC Thunder said no, 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 not on our home floor. They came at the end and had a barrage of great baskets late in the game and defeated the Denver Nuggets 112 to 105. They are up 3 games to 2 in that series. That could easily go 7 games, guys. I've been watching. Sean Jones checking in. Bummy Sean, what's going on, baby? You already know what it is. Big Pisces energy up in here. You already know. Much love. Tay, thanks for tapping in. You already know everybody tapping in this morning, man. Hey, we always say the chat's the real MVP, and we mean that 110%. In the other game, we now have an Eastern Conference team that has punched their ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Indiana Pacers, they manhandled at the end and they took care of business in Cleveland on a Cleveland team that is injury riddled. You know what I'm saying? They are injury riddled, and it showed last night. They just didn't have enough firepower. Mitchell running on a bum ankle. You know what I'm saying? They had a couple of players that were just injured and banged up. You know, Garland was banged up, toe injury. It's hard to play basketball with a toe injury. I don't know who knows about that, but they fell to the Indiana Pacers. I don't know. I know Misery's going to be checking in here in a minute. He is one of the biggest Pacer fans out there. He was excited. You should have seen his live. He was turned up. He keep losing his voice, man. I said, man, save your voice, bro. We got songs to do now. We got songs to do now. So, save your voice. But the Pacers are moving on, and they look like they are for real. They handled the Cavaliers 114 to 105. And we're going to keep our prayers and thoughts with Jason Tatum. Unfortunately, he suffered a season-ending Achilles tear in the previous game with the New York Knicks. Yeah, that's a rough one right there. That is the NBA's Iron Man. He Anybody that knows Jason Tatum's resume, he hasn't missed a game, and this is in his very promising career. You know what I'm saying? They already have a championship under the belt, but they're on the ropes. The New York Knicks look like they are ready to face the Pacers in the conference finals. This will be a showdown rematch from way back in '99 when the Knicks actually took care of business against the Pacers and went to the NBA finals as an eighth seed. How do I know so much? Because I am a sports man. And we are sports. We understand sports like a mug, but the game is getting more physical. And I think it's putting a wear and tear on these guys' bodies. You think about it, John Morant got hurt, Dame Lillard got hurt, Jason Tatum. These are all mega superstars in the NBA, and their bodies are just breaking down. Yeah, yeah. These late injuries are bad news, John. You're right. There's a very high probability that he could miss at the very earliest half of next season. With an Achilles injury, you don't know how that's going to go. You don't know if the player is going to come back the same, exactly the same. You know, depending on what kind of rehab he does and knowing the kind of player he is, I think he's going to be okay. They expect him to make a full recovery, as they said in his press conference. But yeah, guys, just want to get you guys caught up on the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You guys got any quick thoughts? See.
Yeah, he's going to be out for at least a year. If it's fully torn and they got to reattach stuff, it's going to take at least a year.
Well, they actually
Yeah.
repaired it right after it happened, and they
Oh, okay.
already
So
had the
it's
surgery.
not, it's
He's
not
on the
as bad.
Yeah, they started
Yeah.
immediately. They started his road to recovery right away.
Oh,
So, and the
I'm a
doctors
physical
gave
trainer
him.
that no one knows, by the way. I'm an advanced physical trainer, so that's how I know these things. So that's I just say it like it's nothing. So
No,
yeah. So he should be good.
okay, good. But no, you're absolutely right. He could be out that long. Just depends on how the rehab goes in that process. I mean, in basketball, it's a lot of starting, a lot of stopping. You know what I'm saying? I want to sidebar and ask the other guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I personally have a concern with today's footwear in the NBA. We see a lot of leg injuries as opposed to the previous eras of basketball. You know what I'm saying? LB, when you see these guys wearing these sneakers that have no ankle support, that have, they may be comfortable to play on the field, but you're jumping. And when you land and you have no ankle support whatsoever, it's a recipe for disaster. What is your thought on that?
I don't think it has nothing to do with it. I think it has to do with the personal ability of keeping yourself in shape. You have to think back in the day, they ran on Converse. There wasn't no cushion in the motherfuckers. They ran up and down the court, played all day long, and had minimum injuries. It's the conditioning these guys are putting themselves in that's making themselves to where they is at the end of the season. Because basically, if
Good
you're in
point.
shape, you're gonna be in shape. It don't matter what kind of shoe you got on your
Chucks.
feet. Tell him, Pete. It don't matter what kind of shoes they started with
Oh
them.
no, no. Well, I'm gonna agree to disagree. I believe it is the shoes because the reason why I say that is because over the course of the time, I've seen Kyrie Irving, I've seen a lot of players that make a lot of moves towards the basket and make a lot of cuts. You know what I'm saying? Going in, and I know one thing: when we played L, our shoes were more reliable shoes, in my personal opinion in our era when we played. I'm just talking about in the late 80s to the early 90s. The shoe was
Uh-huh.
a better build. It supported the ankle, and it may not be as cushiony as the shoe of today. It may not be as aerodynamic as the shoe of today because there's a lot of high risers. And that's another thing too. Neek played in high tops, Jordan played in high tops or three quarters. Nobody really played in that era without ankle support. All them old heads walk like ducks now. I mean, basketball is going to do that to you. Basketball, hey, anybody that's played basketball for a long time like that, you right, Dismos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said he tore his. He's a year off for sure. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. It's very possible. Mellow man, you brought up the old docs. You know what I'm saying? The Chuckies. What do you think about the footwear in the NBA?
Yeah, I just had them, conveniently over there to my shoe deck. But be as well with you, Pad. The the amount of injuries, and look at the shoes that they're wearing. These guys are wearing low tops. I me and my lady look at Jason Tatum's all the time. Them look like girl shoes, like, you know what I mean? Those, for the cuts and the stuff that he got going on. And glad you mentioned Neek, because Neek had the same similar injury. Neek was the fastest to recover, but if you know uh, Neek's leg strength, he would hop off of 2 feet
Oh
and
man.
jug right on you off of
Yes.
2 feet. No
Yes.
steps, 2 feet,
No.
jug on you.
No. Had one of the highest
So
verticals. He had one of
he,
the highest verticals in the league for sure.
oh yeah, oh yeah, and most of his in-game dunks were crazy. It wasn't no, he won dunk contests as well, but his in-game dunks, him, Sean Kemp, them type of dudes, same injury that Kevin Durant had. Kobe, the Mamba, had this same injury, and I believe the Mamba was still in the game, wanted to finish shooting his free throws when he ruptured his. So that's just to put it in perspective. Like C said, it depends on the individual, but it looks like it's about a year long rehab. And yeah, it's sad because he dropped 42 that
Yes, he did. He was
he
working.
Larry Bird for
Yeah.
the and John Havlicek for the most 40-point games in post. Like you said, super durable. He drafted 2017, 2018, one of those, and for 6 years they were in postseason and four of finals. So very durable player. Sad to hear it. It looks like it's over for the season for him and for the Celtics. And I see if Halliburton don't come with his dog, the Knicks will win the East.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, good
Yeah.
chat. Dismo said ankle breakers. I concur. I believe that these are just this footwear is not meant to protect the leg. It's not meant to protect the leg because if you have no ankle support, that's the base of your leg. You know what I'm saying? And you're moving around freely with no ankle support. Now, don't get me wrong. You can go back in history. The guys that wore those type of shoes back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on? Oh boy, 100 in the chat. In the chat. What up? What up? What up? What up, bro? What up? What's going on? You already know. Peace, peace. But yeah, look, the only people I remember back in the day in our era that we used to watch basketball that had a significant injury with those type of shoes was Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah had used to wear 3/4 or low cut sneakers, and he broke his ankle, a significant injury in his career, and it actually was almost it pretty much signified the end because when he came back, he definitely wasn't the same player that he always had been. And the other guys have a much more durable thing. John said too much weightlifting and not enough time away from the court. Body isn't made for not resting. LB is right. Back then, it wasn't a 12-month-a-year job. I agree. You already know. Chris Hilton, you already know what it is. He said, I'll be coming into the room. You already know. England checking in this morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to take up too much of time with it, but I just wanted to put this out there. You know what I'm saying? And Dre said KD tore his Achilles wearing them lows. Yes, he did. He tore his Achilles. There's no foot support in these shoes. See.
All right, real quick. The reason I'm thinking about it now, the reason why they didn't get injured back in the day is because of how they play. They play differently. There's a lot of stop and go, and it's not even just stop and go. The way they stop and go, their ankles are like this when they're running, but when they stop and go, their ankles go like this, consistently going to the side all the
You can
time, and a
see it
lot of
in
pressure. And
pictures.
they're over 160 pounds. So, and they don't do any training to strengthen their ligaments. They just do training to strengthen their muscles. So, if unless they do training for their ligaments, they need to be wearing high top sneakers.
Without question. I mean, they're
Boxers
designed.
wear high top shoes for that reason because we put a lot of pressure on our ankles to deliver punches. That's why we rarely get foot injuries.
Can dig that. Can dig that. I understand where you're coming from, John. He said high tops don't keep you from spraining or breaking your ankle. No, they do not. But I guarantee you the damage that would be happening when you don't have that ankle support, and you said, I'm telling you, too much muscle for the joints to handle. Yeah, maybe they are over muscled in the foot. Maybe so. Who knows? All I know is that in high tops, I had a much better chance for success on the basketball court than without them. My feet, my movements, my lateral movements felt way more stable because ankle support is what a high top sneaker is built for. Like I said, I didn't want to get too far into this subject, but I see it's an important subject, and I had to bring it up because I think that there's a lot of injuries in today's game. They do not play the rough, rugged style of basketball that the golden era of the NBA did, and most of these injuries are not happening by anybody touching these people. It's got to be something else. I'm going to point at the footwear. It's just that simple. Dre said his headphones at home. I'm at Walmart getting the oil change for a few clients lined up. We already know you getting it in. Y'all go follow Old Boy 100 ECLAT Transportation Services in Erie, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? Dre said high tops for big fellas, mids for the dribblers. Mid is okay. That's still getting the ankle. That's still getting the ankle. Studies may have been done on it, John. I'm just giving my personal take on it, and you got a right to put the facts up there. We need the facts. So thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. We're gonna move down the road in our timeline though, because we wanted to uncover a few more things. I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on this. David Banner. David Banner. We all know David Banner, the hip hop artist. You know what I'm saying? Philanthropist. He's very conscious brother. But he said, it says here, David Banner confirms major artists sabotaged the hip hop union and betrayed liberation movement.
Streaming was the dumbest shit that we ever did in history. We finally started getting pennies, and then you're gonna let these motherfuckers give us fractions? The only reason why they didn't let it happen to movies is because they still making money off movies. Right. They hadn't sucked that totally dry yet. We had just found out how to create our first mom and pop stores, how to burn our own CDs, even though we was bootlegging. Bro, we gave it to tech motherfuckers who don't even care about music. When people from distribution companies call me and say, Banner, I need you to help me fight on this streaming shit, and then they got cut into the equation, and then they didn't call me no more. They cut the right artists in, and they sold y'all out. I told them that was the wrong thing to do. The God Box failed because I wouldn't stream my fucking album. We gave fucking hip-hop away, so don't bitch about it. Now ain't no need for a union. Now we gave it away. Stream.
If that ain't mental food for all my hip-hop people, for all the people and he's talking about hip-hop itself. We're not talking about every genre of music, because there are genres of music that are still out there playing live, eating independently. Independent hip hop artists are facing this particular problem right here. I speak out on this all of the time. If you're just utilizing these streaming platforms to create your income, you are failing yourself. There are too many other ways that you can utilize your music to make money. You don't rely on just streams and streams alone. It is a rat race. The entire world is hip hop. If you think about it in that context, the entire world is hip hop. If the entire world is hip hop, that means everybody is doing the same thing. I got people in other countries doing the exact same thing that we're doing, scrambling and scraping and trying to find different things. I didn't mean that Diddy quote. Y'all leave me alone on that. Y'all leave me alone on that. Time out. But because I didn't say daddy, I just know I didn't say that. All right. So that kept me in the clear. All right. So make a long story short, everybody is fighting and jockeying for position in music, in this hip hop music. We're not talking about other. Got to get it out the trunk still. I feel you on that, Dre. Black Seas said, word. You already know Black Seas. Black Seas is the iconic producer that did Jay-Z's I Do Anything. He's in the building right now. Big shout out to Black Seas. You already know what it is, man. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Black Seas in here. Steelers Nation said he's totally right. No Diddy, you damn right. No Diddy. We ain't even talking about that case right now. That case is just it's going to develop its own firestorm, and people are going to be distracted with that. So y'all that want to talk about the Diddy thing, you're not going to hear it here on the AM King show. Go get the research and do the information yourself, and distract yourself as long as you want. You already know. You already know. Replying to Dre Dunlap. Yeah, facts. That's right. That's right, P. That's right. So, find multiple streams of income for your music. Find clever ways. Get into sync licensing. Learn about sync licensing. Learn about protecting your music first and foremostly. I'm going to say that with a straight face right now. Protect your music. That means get your PRO straight, your publishing. Make sure you know about Sound Exchange, Song Trust, and all the other places that you are due your royalties, because getting streams alone is not going to, it's completely oversaturated. John, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yes, indeed, it is. It's oversaturated. So you have to find other ways to create income with your music. Let me get to the panel though, and let's chop it up real fast. Mellow Man Abbott.
I definitely agree. He's been tapped in, and as far as music credits and he's been behind the scenes, and a lot of people be like, "Oh, I didn't even know that David Banner did that beat," but some of the top Southern beats out there came from David Banner. And if you think about it, 50 Cent talks about his climb to recognition, and actually he applauded the guys that was burning CDs, and like Dre said, coming out the trunk with it. He pushed those burnt CDs as free publicity for himself. So one hand washes the other. We really just gotta keep it independent and understand our intellectual property is our intellectual property.
Right, right. John said this. Other thing is, not everyone should be doing it. Doing it as a hobby and doing it with intent aren't the same thing. And these artists are blurring these lines, and no one is being real with them. Well, that's the reason why we're bringing it to your face here on the AM King show. We're going to be real with you, and I'm going to let you know it isn't for everybody. No, there are different roles and responsibilities that you could be involved with. El, no, he helped me out with my music career at one point in time when he had the time. You know what I'm saying? He learned about management. He learned what this takes, and it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not here to give you guys an ice cream cone with the sugar wafer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to tell you it's not easy. This is a climb up, and you can leave, as you can see by examples in hip hop, faster than you can get there. Depends on what your goal is. Define your end game. Define your end game. Just that simple. Define your end game. C.
Uh, I'm gonna quote one of my favorite rappers. Hip hop has been dead since 1988. Once it was sold for a lucrative possession type thing. So we have to take it back and we have to realize that there's more than to hip hop than streaming. The biggest thing about hip hop is face to face interaction, being
Truth.
outside,
Truth. Truth.
doing
Truth.
concerts, tours, throwing parties, throwing dancing competitions, doing stuff like that, going to bowling alleys, doing performances. It was more than just, okay, let me stick on the internet and let me just swipe, swipe, swipe. Another song, 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 another song. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't that. It was about the interaction and the love interaction between each other. That's what it was about.
Right. Right. Uh, yeah, we're gonna let LB do it, and then P, you can go ahead and tap into LB.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that these people just think they can just make the music. There's a lot of stuff to it. You got to learn the inside game. You got to learn that you got to try to build up clientele. Then you got to fill up shows. You got to try to make money while you're doing this. You can't just sit there and just make 1,000 songs and don't put nothing out and don't make no money off of it. So really, what's the purpose? So really, you're wasting a lot of time and a lot of effort to do something when really you got to have a goal when you set all this stuff up. And then you just moving and you ain't moving nowhere. You just really wasting time. So that's what a lot of these cats are doing. They don't have no real end game to all this stuff. They just want to just say they.
Define exactly. Define your end game, because that's the question that don't nobody ask nobody. What are you really trying to get out of this? What are you trying to get out of this? How well do you understand the business of hip hop, the business side? Not we can all make great songs. I think having a marketable product, John said, have to have a mark. That's a given in this day and age. You got to have a marketable product. That's a given. You got to have a marketable product to even be believable. However, there's a lot of people out here with marketable products that ain't going no damn where. And one of the reasons why, in my opinion, is that, and I'm in this every single day, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is not an easy business to be in. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can safely say is most people do not define a solid end game to map their route out to where they want to be successful with the music that they have. Mellow Man, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I was just gonna say quickly. One word that C mentioned was love, and one word that LB mentioned was movement. So we can take it back to 1998 when Tribe disbanded a Tribe Called Quest. Their last album was called The Love Movement, and they say that's the point where hip hop died, when those guys broke up.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a for those who never heard the Love Movement, I suggest you go take a listen to it today, or listen to the catalog of A Tribe Called Quest. They are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? So we got to give our flowers also at the same breath to the ones who did stay down until they came all the way up. An end game was established though, and I want to make sure that that's clear to the listeners. Define your end game and it will help you map out a route, and then you want to put the action in. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to see it in order to act. You have to see things in life in order. This is life. Now we're going to talk about life real quick. This is, you got to be able to see the vision at the end of the, you got to see the goal line in order to get there. The team sees the goal line, but how do you get to it? You have to act. You have to act. You cannot attract if you don't act. I'm just saying it clear and flat. That's just what it is. Thank you, chat, for great feedback on that and everything. And we're gonna stay tied in to these things and try to feed you the knowledge on the AM King Show Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Facebook, YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us. Yep. John said, yeah, Pat, what you're talking about requires real work and dedication to learning the entire picture. A lot of these fools don't have the discipline to do the hard stuff or the knowledge or know-how, I would say, just to add on top of that, John, because some people want to be successful. They just don't know how. And we've been taught the game is to be sold, not told. Well, that narrative has to start going out of the window because obviously that's not working. That's not working at all. You sell me the information, but the information's in Chat GPT. I wrote out, I asked Chat GPT, the steps came to me instantly, like that. Anybody in this day and age can learn how to do it. It's how much you want to know it, because it's unattractive when it's your habit to just want to be good in the studio. It's unattractive. But what has to be attractive if you really want to see traction is you got to put in some action on the other side. And it's just that simple. You already know. Christopher Williams checking in. Yo, what's going on, Saint? You already know. First Gen Xers is in the building. Make sure y'all tap in with First Gen Xers. You already know. Salute, Saint. Thank you for tapping in. Blunt Conversations. You already know. Let's go Pacers. Misery is in here. He said, let's go Pacers. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Salute to the show this morning. Blunt Conversations. Make sure y'all tapping in with the Blunt Conversations podcast. We're going to our next subject, though, real quick, fellas. And we got Russian scientists can track, and see, thanks for this one. Russian scientists can track your soul after death. This is a really interesting subject. Y'all make sure y'all check it out real quick. John said they all have the internet, can look up Diddy and his baby oil, can look up how to do this right as well. It's all intent. You are absolutely right, man. 110% salute to that. Yeah, yeah. See, I see. Hey, John's gonna give it to you rough, rugged, and raw one way or the other. That's my brother. You already know. Big shout out to the chat. You guys are the real MVP. But check this one out. Russian scientists track soul after death. Have a listen.
Russian scientists may have figured out exactly where our soul goes after death. Scientists have been studying death for decades, but they've never been able to go beyond what happens to the physical body after death, like if we have a soul or not. According to Russian scientists, they say we do have a soul, and they've figured out how to track it after we pass away. This bold claim comes from Russia's biggest tech giant, Vlad Tech. They've spent the last 10 years developing an interface that ties to the brain that can embed code in every atom of your being. Referred to this code as SIC code, or Soul Identification Code, and they say they can track it after you die. How it works is it actually detects your frequency, or the electricity you give off after you pass away, your essence, or your aura. They were able to put this to the test over the last couple days because their first guinea pig for the experiment passed away, and the results were astounding. Immediately upon passing, they were able to monitor his soul leaving the body, but then it almost instantly disappeared off the radar. The scientists attributed this to the fact that the soul was traveling faster than the speed of light, so they lost track of it and weren't able to monitor it. This went on for about an hour. Then they refreshed their computers, and there it was. It was showing 1 billion light years away. Back in 2024, the James Webb Telescope discovered a galaxy referred to as JZ140, also known as JADES GSZ140. It was located as part of the Advanced Deep Extragalactic Survey, the JADES program. What's baffling about all this is that's exactly where they track the soul to, literally billions of light years away. Now, why there? Your guess is as good as mine. Is that where we go when we die? Is that heaven? Those are the questions being asked all over the internet right now, but only time will tell. And these claims haven't necessarily been substantiated, but it's looking like they may have cracked the code to figuring out where our souls go and whether we have them or not, period. If this turns out to be true, this changes mankind as we know it. Imagine being able to track the soul after death. Absolutely amazing. Let me know in the comments what y'all think.
Okay. Very, very interesting stuff right there, man. I was blown away when I watched this and really, really just amazed at how technology on Earth is starting to evolve to a point where people are pushing the boundaries. They're pushing the boundaries, and they're trying to find out and really ask these questions. You know, where does the soul go once it leaves the Earth? You know what I mean? C, could you give me some insight on this, bro?
Yes, no problem. For context, he said 1 billion light years away. Comprehend that that light source took 1 billion years to get to Earth. So that means that person was over there 1 billion years ago when they just recently died. Put that in perspective. So they would have to go back to the drawing board in terms of science, math, and everything else. That's one. Two, sometimes you got to stop to realize that we don't know everything. We don't. And mankind, people, I know me, has a tendency of wanting to know the exact outcome, the exact end game. And how come we're here? Why we are here? Why we doing this? Why we doing that? Why master this? Why master that? You know, why all these things? So I would say it's not for me to directly tell you why we are here. Because I'm not going to say I figured out why we're here or not, whether if I did or not. I did. But anyway, I'm not going to directly tell anyone because it's not my place to do so. It is your place to go search within yourself to find out the answers. And it's always the same answer for every single human being. PSA is
Well
called
said. Yes, yes, yes. You can say that a little louder, bro.
love.
Yeah. Okay.
Love.
Okay. LB. LB, what'd you think, bro?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to question the unknown. It's like that's pretty interesting that all that's going on, and they got the years, the miles, and how far they traveled, and everything down to the T. But they have no explanation of really everything else.
Absolutely, absolutely. Man. Yes. Steelers Nation said quantum physics of time travel. Ah, quantum physics. Now we're really starting to get into these dimensional things. And I suggest everybody that's watching our program, look at dimensional being and look at these different things that come along with that and get some understanding and gain some understanding of it, because there are people that are just operating on in a certain dimension in the mind. You know what I'm saying? But don't realize there are higher levels to it. A great example I talk about all the time, even though it was made for Hollywood, is Black Panther. When Black Panther took the purple herb, he went to a place called the astral plane, astral plane. You know what I'm saying? And this plane actually is a plane that exists. And do your research on it, because it's a plane where he went and talked to the ancestors. He got guidance from the ancestors, and things of that nature. But and it was sensationalized for Hollywood. But go look up the astral plane today and enlighten yourself with different levels. I even have a record called Plane, and I put it out. And what I'm saying, I think it went over some people's heads because they didn't know what I was talking about. What I'm saying, physical planet, the solar systems, all of these things play a role in how things go. Mellow Man PDC, the Abbott, what's going on with it?
Yeah, without a doubt. We come from so many different cultures. I don't even believe all of the scientists even agree on a certain destination of the soul. Some believe it carries on. Some say that there's an end to this consciousness, and then you return to the essence through atoms. That's why we see a lot of rituals where you see people cremated, and the ashes are spread in the ocean, or the ashes are spread in some uh, plant life or whatever it could be. So it's so many different thoughts. You can go to a lot of different scientists and get a lot of different opinions. You can go to different religions, and you hear people who claim that there is no God. That they believe in the Big Bang. There was an explosion, and somehow this sphere that we're on just formed with these plant life and water sources and animals. Yeah, I think it was crafted by God, and I believe in the Trinity. And if you really understand the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, it says the Father formed us in his likeness. So to really take that into perspective and say, you know, you hear different religions, the 5 percenters, they call each other gods. You know what I'm saying? So and honestly, it's a small G, it's not a capital G, because there's only one capital God. It's only one. But put just thinking about it and saying, when he made us in his likeness, like, we have him within us, and that is the Holy Spirit right there. So when we have thoughts, when they're good, we have thoughts when they're bad, we know the right decision to make because we have him within us.
Mm. Well said. Well said, panel. You already know, guys. You guys bring it right every single time. Big salute. Big salute. Thank you, chat, for tapping in with us Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube, the AM King Show. Stay tuned. The Woke Show is right next down the line here, and we want you guys to get fed with some good music as well as good information. We're going to move right on in our rundown here, and this I thought was important because we also want to, do some historical context here. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to know what it was like in order to understand how it can be and how we were trying to be. These things are very important as well. So this one says, save this, what we had and what we lost. You know what I'm saying? What we have and what we lost. And we're talking about the subject of blacks in this country. So take a look.
1920s and up to 1940s, we had black broom factories, we had black mattress factories. Almost every black major city had at least 2 cab companies. We had black bus companies. We had black shipyard up here in Baltimore. When I say black bus lines, I'm not talking about just having 3 or 4 buses. We had over 500 buses, and this is in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And our bus company didn't just service just the black neighborhoods. It serviced the blacks and the white neighborhoods. We had 2 black cab companies. We had the Harris Cab Companies and the Campbell City Cab Companies. But they used to have their own restaurants. They had the best nightclubs in the country. The blacks had 2 baseball leagues. Each baseball league had 8 teams. We had over 500 of the best baseball players in the world. But what did they do? They wanted to integrate. So as soon as they put Jackie Robinson on the Brooklyn Dodgers, black folks said, we'll give up all of our black baseball leagues, black teams, and all our black players, and we can just get one black boy to play on a white team. Back in the 1920s, it's up to...
Deep stuff right there. Deep stuff right there. There was a lot of things that we had control over. And just because we wanted inclusion, we were willing to give those things up. LB, what did you think about that?
That was a hell of a sacrifice because he sacrificed basically a whole village. Well, they sacrificed the whole village just for him to be in that position. But little if they known, if they would have waited and held strong,
Yeah.
they held strong. They would have held strong, and they would have eventually would have got their goal. So yeah, but yeah,
Was that the weed spirit talking to you? Was that the smoke spirit?
no, no. I was hearing something. I said, Lin, Lin, get the cat. Lin, get the pistol.
Hey, blessed brethren, you already know, simply checking in this morning. What's going on, brother? Thank you for tapping in once again with the AM Kings. Blunt Conversations podcast said everyone doesn't have the Holy Spirit, though. Let me put that out there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, this is the yin and yang of life. I mean, yes, as we have good, we have bad. We must understand the balance between yin and yang. And I said that the other day, you know what I'm saying, on a post that I seen on social media. You're absolutely right, you know what I'm saying. But see, what'd you think?
I think those things happen because of a people who haven't healed. People tend to seek attention when they haven't healed. And so they wanted to be accepted by another people, which is all fine and dandy. Yet when you look at the history, it's like, all right, it's the same as taking a young girl and raping her for like 6 to 7 years every single day, then letting her go saying, oh, I'm sorry, here's $50. You can live your life on your own now. How are children going to come out? And her children are going to have the same things that she had, just in a different form. So when her children have those children, they didn't heal. None of them helped. They kept passing the trauma on. So then when we get to the 1920s and we start building for our own and starting to build our self-esteem, for some odd reason, that trauma just started to pop up.
Wow.
How?
Wow.
That trauma popped up out of nowhere.
Well said. I mean, man, see, whew, that's a perspective right there. Mellow Man Abbott.
Without a doubt. I just want to kind of tie in the last real quick, the last topic. Method Man, bring the pain. The first verse, I came to bring the pain, hardcore to the brain. Let's go inside my astral plane, based off my mental, with the instrumental. There was an episode of dang, what's that show? X Files, and they were on a bus. It was a Negro League baseball team, and they had a white security guard. The white security guard followed him into the hotel and saw the Negro player coming out of his alien outfit. I mean, coming out of his uh, American face into his alien outfit, and he came in and he explained to him. He's like, "Man, you think Jackie Robinson, Muhammad Ali, all of these athletes, you think they were from here? They were from another whole different dimension." So there's a lot of stuff to think about, and traveling in time, like C said.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. You already know. I think it's important for us to remember what we lost based off of what we had. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very important for us to remind ourselves of what we had, because there was a time when we did have our own this and our own that, and we lost it along the way because of inclusion. We wanted inclusion so bad that we ended up giving up some things because we wanted it that bad. And just like C said, with traumatizing factor, we just wanted to be accepted as equal, but we already had equality when we had our own. And so we have to keep that in mind, keep that in perspective. That was a great subject to go over. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a shameless plug real quick, fellas. This weekend coming up, Rain just came in right on time. You didn't miss the show. We're about to run your promo right now. Check it
On
out.
this week's episode of Beat Boys TV,
What is a tyrant? What is a tyrant? What is a tyrant?
we have super producer
tell you what a
Brett
tyrant is.
Brahmer
Tyrant.
showcasing his
It's a
new
person
8
exercising
shit
power
plug
without control, in a cruel, in an unreasonable,
Also,
arbitrary
super
way.
producer and artist straight out of Pittsburgh,
That's how I'm doing
PA,
these fucking
J.
beats,
Pat
nigga.
the Juggernaut.
Buckle in, buckle in.
All artists, producers, and DJs, submit your tracks to beatboys.tv at gmail.com today. On
Okay. So you already know Rain just tapped in, FDE Rain. What's going on, brother? Salute, salute, salute. This weekend, 12:30 p.m. on Rain's channel. Make sure y'all following Rain. Y'all see him right there in the chat. That's how you spell his name. Find him, follow him at 12:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time this weekend. I will be on the Beat Boys TV show. This is our network. This is our network, and this is how we're tying it all in. Just wanted to make sure that Rain got his flowers for putting together a dope podcast. I was on it last week. He ran a couple of my tracks, and lo and behold, I got invited to be on the show. So and the other brother that's there, I'm aware of his plugin. The Ape Shit 808 is a very popular plugin. So it's an honor to be on the show with you guys and really, really, stay locked in this network, because we're building a net worth. Like, subscribe, and share. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the 8 a.m. Kings show with PDC, LB, my man C, Nagato Kells. You already know what it is, man. We are in here. Blunt Conversations. You already know. You already know, my brother. You already know, man. We getting to it. We getting to it and sticking to it, man. We working. And y'all seen the email there. If you can, Rain, put the email in the chat so that way people can submit their music so you guys can give it a listen and a review on his podcast. Make sure you put that email in there because we have artists in there. Yes, he said it's all about networking, brother. Each one teach one. Brother Mo Tillis would say, Mo from Jersey, you already know. Each one teach one. This is what we're doing. We're building each other up instead of breaking each other down. And that's the reason why again, I can't stress it enough. We stay away from certain subjects that the rest of the world is talking about because we're in the process of building up. We can't call ourselves the AM Kings and we're in the process of tearing things down. A king rules and a king keeps things together. You know what I'm saying? Keeps things together, not break in the atmosphere. But y'all know what time it is. It's time for a couple of our funnies. Hey, thank you for that email. You guys see the email. Make sure y'all lock it in. Submit your music now. So that way it will be in the queue on Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Beat Boys TV. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Our funnies for the day. We got to leave y'all on a humorous note. LB always finds the classic funny shit. Y'all know this comedian right here, but Unc is genuinely sick of it all.
Everywhere I go, people continue to say stupid things. Somebody said life isn't fair, like death is going to give you some great advantage. We grew up all our lives hearing the phrase, the grass is always greener. You ever turn grass over? Stupid things we say. And we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Of course we're going to cross that bridge when we come to it. That's why they put it up. It's a bridge, not a stop sign. Never kick a man when he's down. Can you tell me a better time?
Yeah, 24 hours.
You seen the 24-hour fitness center? And they got a little sign underneath it, open 6 a.m. to midnight. Why they do stupid stuff like that? Bunny, I had a pint of Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
A pint of Haagen-Dazs.
A loaf of bread, 3 bananas, 6 Coca-Colas, a Wall Street Journal, moon pie, honey bun, and 3 bags of pork rinds. Cashier says to me, "You want a bag?" I said, stupid stuff here.
When you really think about it. Talking about you want like you gonna carry all that out the store.
Yeah.
Not a bag. Stupid stuff that we do as people, you know what I'm saying? And we got one more for y'all. We got one more for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. This one's hilarious. I just thought it was too funny how they made this go down like this. Have a look.
Hey, bitch, I got the motherfucking bitch, Hey, bitch, I got the motherfucking lemon pepper stuff. Lemon pepper stuff.
The internet always wins.
The internet always gets it in. He had the lemon pepper steppers.
Lemon pepper stepper.
Oh, lemon pepper stepper. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That is hilarious work, man. The internet is undefeated, just like C said. And you can guarantee that every other post, you're going to find something funny come down the line. And we're going to keep bringing the funnies to you. But right about now, y'all get ready for the Woke Show with the Mellow Man PDC. We are out of here. We will be back on Friday. Thank you, chat, for once again being the real MVP, sticking with us, sharing the show. I see the shares. I like all the shares. You already know, John said the internet is undefeated. And we got some more funnies coming down the road for you, man. Sometimes I get bombarded with them. So I'm just going to find some more funnies for us to check out. But yes, for the Mellow Man PDC LB, my man C, it's J Pad the Juggernaut. We out of here, man. Y'all